The green mountains, the chirping of birds, dark and deep forests, and the rare flora and fauna symbolize the beauty, power, and glory of life in Idukki. The name Idukki was derived from the word Idukku, which means a gorge. Idukki is one of the 14 districts of Kerala state, created on 26th January 1972. This beautiful high-range district of Kerala is geographically known for its mountainous hills and dense forests. Idukki, which lies in the Western Ghats of Kerala, is the second largest district in area but has the lowest population density. It has a vast forest reserve area. More than a half of the district is covered by forests. Idukki is also known as the Spice Garden of Kerala. The Idukki district forms a high-altitude plateau with rugged mountainous terrain, several river valleys and deep gorges. The entire northern part of the district forms a sub-plateau higher than the rest of the district. This region includes the tallest peaks like Anemudi and includes the areas around Munnar, Pallivasal, Kandalur, Vattavada and Mangulam. The Pamba River Valley forms an eastern sloping rain shadow region of the Western Ghats. The eastern frontier of the district constitutes the Cardamom Hills. The western part of the district is covered by forests and hills bordering the eastern regions of Ernakulam and Kottayam district like Neriyamangalam, Vannampuram, Thommankotta, Moolamattam, Vagaman and Kuttikkanam. Places like Thodupuzha, Koothatukulam, Udambanur and Muttam are situated in the semi-elevated Thodupuzha river plains with scattered hills. Flora and fauna share a symbiotic relationship whose survival is mutually dependent. The flora liberates oxygen that is consumed by the fauna for respiratory activities. Fauna, in turn, liberates carbon dioxide consumed by the flora for photosynthesis. Flora and fauna hugely benefit mankind through its medicinal and food offerings. The terrain is blanketed by tea estates largely. There is an unmatched variety of flora and it is a hub of different flowering plants. There are more than 150 varieties of flowering plants, among which some of the major flowers are dahlia, sunflower, marigold, petunia, celosia, dianthus, roses, impatiens, perennial, phlox, verbena, chembarati, portulaca, etc. All these species are seasonal flowers and are major attractions. Floral diversity is maintained with the help of national parks. Teak, rosewood, deodars, sandal and eucalyptus growing in the forests of Idukki are among the indigenous assets of the district. The forest department has reared large eucalyptus plantations. This is the biggest and the most sought location of all wildlife sanctuaries in Kerala. The Periyar Tiger Reserve, named after the Periyar River, this is one of Kerala's prestigious possessions on the high ranges of the Western Ghats. Falling in the Idukki district of Kerala, this forest reserve surrounds the Periyar Lake, which was created in 1895 by building a dam across the Periyar River. It was declared a tiger reserve in 1978 under the Project Tiger scheme. The tiger is the main attraction in the Periyar Tiger Reserve. The open grasslands are home to the elephants, the bison, and herds of deer. The moist deciduous forest is dominated by trees like terminalia and teak, which shed their leaves seasonally. The semi-evergreen forest occurs along wet stream areas and is adjacent to the tropical evergreen forest. The varied habitat in the sanctuary supports a number of species of terrestrial, aquatic, and arboreal animals. Apart from elephants, other herbivores in the reserve are gaur, samba deer, barking deer, mouse deer, Nilgiri langur, bonnet macaw, lion-tailed macaw, etc. Tiger, leopard, jungle cat, wild dog, etc. are the major carnivores seen in the area. Other important animals are bear, porcupine, jackal, Indian giant squirrel, Malabar flying squirrel, wild boar, small Indian civet, mongoose, and the pangolin. Idukki Wildlife Sanctuary. This sanctuary is much smaller than Periyar Reserve, nevertheless, a respectable 105 square kilometers in area. The forest here is an extension of Periyar, so the flora and fauna are similar. Truly remarkable, this sanctuary has 3 dams next to it. They have a common reservoir, an artificial lake about 33 square kilometers in size. Located about 450 to 750 meters above sea level, the sanctuary is cradled by the Cherudoni and Periyar rivers. The tropical evergreen and deciduous trees add to the charm of the place. The sanctuary lies adjacent to the world-famous Idukki Arch Dam. Chinnar Wildlife Sanctuary. The rugged terrain of Chinnar may have the look of an arid land. Cacti clusters, thorny bushes, and overlooking palms are guardians of a thriving ecosystem. It is not surprising to see large numbers of reptilians in such a land. How do we explain the presence of large herds of elephants, tigers, and a wide range of other animals? In travel circles, Chinnar is known as the land of giant grizzled squirrel, star tortoise, and mugger crocs. Seeing them in their wild habitats is a dream for animal lovers. There are 963 species of flowering plants in the sanctuary. 28 mammal species including Indian leopard and spotted deer, Indian elephant, gaur, Bengal tiger, sambar deer, common langur, bonnet macaw, grey langur, Nilgiri tar, rusty spotted cat, and grizzled giant squirrel. 225 bird species including yellow-throated bulbul, 52 reptile species including 29 species of snakes, Indian star tortoise, and the largest population of mugger crocodiles in Kerala. 15 fish species observed in the Chinnar and Pamba rears include Garamulaya, river cod beryl, giant danio, and the endangered hill stream gamefish Deccan Masir. Iravikulam National Park. The high hills north of Munnar are home to an endangered species of animal, the Nilgiri tar. The prime focus of Iravikulam Reserve is to protect them, although there are several other types of animals found there. Nilgiri tar is a type of mountain goat. The Nilgiri tar, gaur, sloth bear, Nilgiri langur, tiger, leopard, giant squirrel, and wild dog are common. Panthers are usually sighted in the open grasslands, while civet cats and jungle cats live in the sholas. Neelakurinji, a mass flowering plant which blooms once in 12 years, grows in abundance in the Iravikulam Park. Another rare orchid variety found in the park is Habenaria flabelliformis. Besides medicinal plants, there are wild varieties of cultivated plants in the park. The negative consequences of climate change are the issues that need to be revised. Plants and animals are continuously victimized by climate change in both their habitat and behavior. Usually, landslides result in fragmented vegetation and partial or total removal of native woodlands. This kind of severe destruction must have indisputably resulted in loss of habitats for animal species, loss of critical habitat for endangered species, and finally accounting for the loss of floral and faunal biodiversity. Usually, the destroying impact of landslides are accelerated with the human interferences like deforestation, excavation of land, mining and quarrying, and obstructing the natural flow of water along slopes. Flora and fauna are the soul of Idukki. We should preserve every scrap of biodiversity as priceless while we learn to use it and come to understand what it means to humanity. The reasons for conservation of flora and fauna are to maintain biodiversity. This ensures that a variety of plants and animals are maintained in the environment such that no species are lost. To maintain ecological balance. Ecological balance is very important because life is supported by this balance. It is the life cycle that maintains life processes. For the future generation will also need to be supported by the flora and fauna that supports life today. Hence, it is crucial that they are conserved so as to protect the future generation. Imagine if each one of us are committed to do one thing, no matter how small, to protect wildlife every day. Even a small step can have a major impact when we all work together.